Hello guys, and yes, I know it's been a whole 2 months since my last video. Reason for that is because basically I've been trying to get all of my college work up to date, and so far it's been been done pretty quickly. I managed to get quite a lot of them out, my assignments out the way, and I've also been quite ill this past week as well. It's been quite horrid. I've had a cold, a cough, a headache, all the horrible stuff. And this is a collection update for the past month and a half, I guess. Collection update for November, or you could say, I reckon it probably is for November, possibly October as well, because I think I did get a couple of things in October. But let's just do this for November. So, yeah, I've got quite a lot of stuff. I've got a Big Finish box set. I've got a load of books, like a ridiculous amount of books, most of which, well, half of which are I got in a charity shop, so like a couple of different charity shops, and the other I got as part of a little sort of, wasn't really a job lot, but it was all from the same seller, so it's like a miniature job lot, you could say. So I'm going to start off with the things I got first, and then move along, as it were. So the first thing I got, which is the Big Finish box set, is the Classic Doctor's New Monsters. I've listened to all 4 stories, and I really enjoyed them all. I thought they were a really good bunch of stories, and I particularly liked the 8th Doctor one. I liked all of them really, but yeah, I really liked the 7th Doctor one as well. I may do a review of this, but I'm not entirely sure yet. But yeah, really enjoyed that. Great set, highly recommend it. And next up, picked up a couple of Target novelisations. Picked up the original release of the Doctor Who and the Dinosaur Invasion. Yeah, it looks quite nice. I quite like the cover of this as well. I don't really have that many Target novelisations, so it's quite nice to have those. Well, the original ones anyway. And I then picked up the Robots of Death, the thinnest Target novel I've ever seen. It's incredibly thin. I don't know how many pages. There's roughly about 104 pages. So yeah, incredibly thin, and yeah, it's quite nice to pick those up. And then I found a 10th Doctor book not long after in another charity shop, well, the second charity shop I should say, and yeah, this was quite a nice find. I also got this along with the Monsters Inside, so yeah, that's quite nice. And then I went to the same charity shop sometime after, and I got 3 more nice Doctor books, and I got the Winner Takes All, the Deviant Strain, and the Stealers of Dreams, all in hardback, which is really nice. Not a big fan of the paperbacks, even though I've got quite a lot of the new series paperbacks, but I'm glad I found these in paperback form, because the 9th Doctor is my favourite new series Doctor, so that's pretty cool. And then the eBay stuff, I got 3 Virgin New Adventures. I've ordered 2 more off eBay for Christmas, so they've already arrived, so I'll do a Christmas video for that, hopefully. So the first one I got was Transit, written by Ben Aranovich, which, judging from the blurb, it looks like a decent story, so I'm looking forward to reading that. I've now got 5 Virgin New Adventures. Then there'll be a couple more on Christmas. So next one is No Future, written by Paul Cornell, who's a brilliant writer. I decided to pick this one up after reading his brilliant Human Nature. I really enjoyed that one. I've got the original release for that, because I got it way ages ago, before they announced the History Collection, so I may get the History Collection one soon, but I've only got one of those books. So yeah, No Future, the Brigadier's in this, and it looks like a really good story. Apparently it's meant to be fantastic, so I really cannot wait to read that. and the next one is The Return of the Living Dad. Yeah, this one looks pretty cool. Kate Orman's a really good author, and yeah, I really wanted to get one of the later Virginia Adventures, so I decided to get this one, and apparently it's quite a really short, fun novel, so yeah, I'm looking forward to reading that. Hopefully it'll be a good read. I'm sure it will be, because a lot of people seem to quite like it. And then I got a few I got one Past Doctor adventure, and about 4 Eighth Doctor books. So the first one I got was The Murder Game. Now, the reason I got this is because I recently a few years ago, I picked up The Final Sanction, which I found in a charity shop in my local town, and I didn't actually realise until the following year that it's part of sort of a little miniature story arc, I suppose you could say, well, a 2-part story or whatever. And this is the first book, written by Steve Lyons, and apparently this is a really, really good book, and I cannot wait to start reading those two, because I nearly did start reading The Final Sanction until I realised it was actually part of a story, like a full-on, couple of book stories. So yeah, I decided to pick The Murder Game up first pick The Murder Game up and then read The Final Sanction afterwards. So that's the Past Doctor adventure. Next up is a book which I decided to start reading, and apparently it's meant to be fantastic. Seeing Eye. As you can see, I'm slowly starting to read it. I noticed the contrast on the camera has become really sort of strong. Don't know why that is, but never mind. Yeah, so Seeing Eye, meant to be a really good story. Don't know if you can see that, but yeah, the description of the book is meant to be really good. Written by Kate Orman and Jonathan Blum, so far it's actually really, really enjoyable. I'm really enjoying this book, so hopefully it'll be a good ending. And another thing, this is actually part of an ongoing story arc, and I think this is the last part, but I thought, I might just get this because I knew somebody else did read this, but apparently didn't have to read the others. I don't know, I'm rambling. But yeah, thirdly, we've got a book which I was also interested in, and it's The Fall of Yakutane. Yakutane. I don't know how you pronounce that, but yes, this is meant to be quite an interesting book, and I quite like the cover of this one. Yeah, judging from the blurb, yeah, it does look a really nice sort of futuristic story, I guess. But yeah, it looks really good. Quite a thick book, I believe. Yeah, it feels quite thick compared to a lot of the other ones I have. And penultimately, we have Endgame, written by Terrance Dicks. This is actually a sequel to the 6th Doctor book, Players, which I quite enjoyed, so I decided to get this because also I quite like the cover as well, and it's also written by Terrance Dicks, who did write Players, because I did enjoy that one, so I thought I may as well get the one featuring the 8th Doctor. So yeah, this looks quite a nice story to read. And finally, to conclude this update, I picked up Trading Futures. Apparently this is quite a good, it's meant to be like a sort of James Bond story, I guess, or what if Doctor Who did James Bond, like an Ian Fleming novel. So yeah, it does look like a pretty good story, and it's meant to be quite good as well, so hopefully I won't be disappointed by that. And so that pretty much concludes this, pretty big collection update. It's probably one of the biggest ones I've ever done. But like I said, a lot of these were in a charity shop and eBay, so it's not like I picked them up brand new apart from the Big Finish box set there. So yes, thank you very much for watching this video, and yeah, I shall see you next time for, I'm not entirely sure, to be honest, so thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you soon.